What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Big Dog Brett. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. Making some changes, so the studio is still here, but we're trying out some new things. So one of those new things is a new intro for you guys. We'll see what you guys think of that. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Gday, about a week and a half away, a little over a week and a half away. The quote-unquote quarterback controversy that we're seeing coming out of UGA, as well as who's going to be the dominant starter. So as far as the wide receiver position, might be interesting to see how that turns out. I'm also going to be talking about some statements made by Aaron Murray and some Coke cans. Yeah, I said Coke cans. We'll talk about those in just a second. And there it is, the brand new intro. So as you guys can see, we're working on a few new things here. The studio is still here. We're just trying out a couple of different things to see what we like moving forward. So first off, hats off to the University of Georgia for winning the 2021 or 2022, depending on how you look at it, national championship. That was well-deserved. Georgia did that with two freshmen and a walk-on quarterback, so you can take that any way you like. But Georgia managed to get the job done and taking home the trophy over the Alabama Crimson Tide. Most of the Crimson Tide fans I have bumped into since then have been very gracious, have been very cordial, and that's been polite and nice. So I've just been enjoying the victory. But you know what? Now we got to get back at it. Georgia's been at spring practice for a few days now and kind of getting everything hammered out. We see that we have gotten Stetson Bennett apparently has not been going with the number ones. There's some talk as to whether or not that's because Stetson Bennett has already got the starting job. There's been some talk from some people who are really salty about Stetson Bennett. Guys, you're just going to have to get over that because the guy won us a national championship. You can say it however you want to, but he did what he needed to do when it counted, and the guy won. So if you hate Stetson Bennett, I'm sorry for your luck. It's very likely that he's going to be the starter unless something dramatic happens. Now, in the past, there's been tons of criticism for Kirby Smart for his handling of the quarterback position, but it's hard. It's really hard to criticize a guy who wins you a national championship. So that having been said, we'll see what happens as practice moves forward with the quarterback position. Now, we'll get into the Gday stuff here in just a minute. I do want to talk a little bit about Gilbert, Eric, I believe it's pronounced Eric, depending on who you talk to, Gilbert, and Dominic Blaylock. While both of these guys are likely going to be at the starting position, it's going to be players that are veteran in a sense. So for those of you who don't know, Enrique Gilbert was the number one highest rated tight end ever coming out of high school. He ended up going to LSU. That didn't work out too well. Then he transferred to Florida and then transferred back to LSU, I think, before ever even seeing a real snap at Florida. So yeah, then he transferred to Georgia. So, quote unquote, he was homesick. He said that whenever he transferred to Florida, which was pretty unusual because Athens is like, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half from his actual home. So I don't know exactly what happened there. Now, while Enrique Gilbert transferred last year, he didn't play in a single game for University of Georgia. It's been quoted that there was some personal issues that he had to work through. I don't know what that means. I just take it as if the college was keeping it, and he was keeping it, his family was keeping it quiet. There's probably a very good reason. I just respect that guy's privacy and just happy to have you here. Dominic Blaylock has apparently been showing out in practice. He's running with the number ones, which is to be expected. He's been injured quite a bit, so this will be very, very good opportunity for him to be able to show off his skill set and his talent. And moving forward, he'll be able to really become a staple figure in college football for University of Georgia. So he could likely set some records depending on what we do with the quarterback position. So pretty interesting. Now, something that popped up, and I'm gonna show a picture of it here. Finally, Coca-Cola has decided to come out with some cans to commemorate the 2021-2022 national championship. Really, Coca-Cola? Everybody that is a real diehard Georgia fan that can get their hands on one has one. And it is the 1980 University of Georgia National Championship bottle. Not can, bottle. I don't even know if they made a can back then with that stuff on it. They probably did. But listen, Coke, nobody wants the can. The can doesn't look great on a shelf. The can doesn't look as near as good as that piece of glass that's embossed. Now, Coke did come out and say that they're going to come out with one in August, but my question is how in the world can you have one ready to go in March but not have the glass ready to go in March as well? Why is there like an 8 months since you win the national title that until you can get a glass bottle out? That having been said, nobody wants the glass. That having been said, nobody wants these cans. Coke, what are you doing? We want the bottles. Get the bottles. Yeah. They're going to be out by the time the season starts. Did you not realize ahead of time that there was going to be 2 teams in the national championship game? One of them probably going to be Alabama. One of them probably going to be Georgia. You couldn't have figured this out ahead of time. Come on, Coke. You got to do better than that. You just got to. So, yeah. Now, let's talk about Gday a little bit. University of Georgia Gday is going to be not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Now, tickets originally went out to members that donated to the Hartman Fund. Shout out to Between the Trenches. He was able to secure 4 tickets for me right as they came available. So thank you very much for that, sir. You guys should go check him out. He's got his own channel, Between the Trenches, and he does numerous other shows. So you guys have fun checking him out. Also, this particular set of tickets, I think there was like, the most you could get was 8 tickets. I think there's like 40,000 people in the Hartman Fund, so everybody could have got 8 tickets. We only picked up 4. Looking at the chart here, as you can see, there's quite a few left. So if you want to go to Gday, you might have to sit a little bit higher, or you might have to sit in a corner, but you got a great seat anyway. There's no bad seats in Sanford Stadium. If you get an opportunity, I think there's going to be some additional signings at the bookstore. I don't know if that's been released yet. I hadn't seen anything, but it may be out there. But typically on Gday, they'll have a signing. I think last year you were actually able to get Vince Dooley. You were able to get Azeez Ojulari. I think, was it DeAndre Swift that was there? It might have been DeAndre Swift. Anyway, there was huge names are going to be there. Get to the bookstore early. The line's going to be long. Tailgating was allowed last year. I'm sure it's going to be allowed this year. Note to you guys, the cell phone coverage around the stadium is not the greatest. So if you're going to get your tickets online, which I recommend you do, go ahead and download them to your Google Pay, Apple Pay. Take a screenshot so that you have it readily available, so when you get up there you can just scan and get through. There was a little bit of problem during the Celebration Day event, trying to get everybody in the seats. The ceremony really started a little too quickly for everybody to get seated, and so there was a little bit it's a little bit of a rush to get seated. There just wasn't quite enough time. Gday, it's going to start, I think, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so you got plenty of time. Get there early, get a parking spot, hang out with some people, go talk to everybody. I'll be there. You can look me up there. You can find me on Twitter, and I will be, doing videos from Gday as well. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Really appreciate it. Leave your comment down below. What did you think of the quarterback situation? What do you think about Gilbert and Blaylock? And what did you think of the new intro? Leave your info below. And talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. God bless. Go Dogs.